In this video, we're going to be taking a look at using possessive nouns, and it is important to know that possessive nouns show ownership, and for most singular nouns, adding an apostrophe s to the end of the word makes it possessive. Keyword, most singular nouns. So we're going to be taking a look at a couple sentences here, and we have, my teacher's desk was full of folders. So we can see my teacher's desk. So whose desk is it? Teacher's. So we can see that singular noun of teacher has an S at the end. However, in order to show ownership, we add an apostrophe S there. Now, the next sentence, the television's picture is hard to see. I already have this shown here, so I have television with an S. In order to make it show ownership, I have an apostrophe S. And then finally, the airplane's wings look sturdy. So the singular noun is airplane. There is an S added. However, in order to make that possessive, I add an apostrophe S. So we can see once again that possessive nouns show ownership. Most singular nouns show ownership by adding an apostrophe S to the end of the word to make it possessive. Now what I would like you to do is turn to page 181 in your practice companion books. So what you have for numbers 1 through 13 on page 181, you have these phrases, and what you need to do is to be able to identify the singular noun and make that noun possessive. So there's a lot of different ways that you could show ownership. Some of them are wordy, some of them by adding an apostrophe S can make it a lot simpler for you to write. So we can say the cover of the book, or we can say the book's cover for number 1 on page 181. So that's an example of a singular noun showing possessive. Now, if there is a plural noun, you add an apostrophe after the S. You can see that on the top of page 181 of most plural nouns to make them possessive. So for this one, we have a plural noun, which is boys. Okay, so it says the bikes belonging to the boys. So the S there is already making it plural. So instead of doing an apostrophe S, we do S. The S is already there. You just add an apostrophe at the end. So the boys' bikes. This is if the noun is plural, and it still needs to show ownership. So I want you to write that for number 2, the boys' bikes. Put a the at the beginning of that as well. The boys' bikes. Now the final rule with showing possession within a noun, you can see at the top of page 181 when it says when a plural noun does not end in an S, add an apostrophe plus the S. So we can see the dresses of the women. So women is a plural noun. It does not have an S at the end. So what we will do is we will write the. You can do this with me. We have the women's. We do an apostrophe after that N, and then dresses. So I want you to write that down on page 181 with me. So we can see we added an apostrophe S, and the reason for that is because women was a plural noun and it did not end in S. Now what I would like you to do is complete numbers 4 through 13 on page 81 all by yourself. And when you're finished, you can press play and I'll have the answers for you. So pause the video now. So you can see the answers for numbers 4 through 13, and we see the buttons on the dresses. So dresses is already plural, added an ES to the end of dress, so it'd just be an apostrophe after that S. The cheese on the salad, that is singular, so we just add an apostrophe S to salad. The desk belonging to the teacher, teacher is singular, so you can see an apostrophe S. The books of the children, children is plural. However, it does not end in an S, so you still add an apostrophe S. The sneakers of the team, team is plural, apostrophe S. The cell phone of the workers, team is singular, so just add an apostrophe S. Number 9, the workers' cell phones, so we can see workers is plural, so S apostrophe. chores of the parents chores. I didn't know parents had chores. Anyways, number 11, the woman's cars. So we can see woman is singular, apostrophe s. Number 12, the men's tools. So we can see men is plural. However, you still add an apostrophe s there. And then finally, the cracks in the sidewalks. Sidewalks is plural, so s apostrophe. So this concludes the video on possessive nouns. If you have any questions about this concept, please come and see me.